Hi everyone, welcome back to our discussion on accounting modeling with spreadsheet. In this short video, I'm going to discuss how to apply basic if function in a spreadsheet formula. In my previous video, I explained how to incorporate Boolean operations into a decision logic. In this short video, I'm going to discuss how to apply if functions to incorporate conditional logic into spreadsheet formula. Similar to Boolean operations, where you got the result as true or false, in a basic if function, you can get the result true or false. You can test whether a particular condition is satisfied. If the particular condition is satisfied, you will receive the result as true or false. But you have the flexibility to change this true or false with substitutes. For example, instead of getting true, you can say you can have the result as yes or no, or you can have a numerical value. Let's say if the condition is satisfied, you can have 1. If the condition is not satisfied, you can have 2. Or else you can substitute this true and false with some another function. For example, if the condition is satisfied, you can have a result. Let's say if A is equal to B, if the condition is satisfied, you can have the result x plus 1. If the condition is not satisfied, you can have another result. Instead of false, you can have another result, let's say x minus y. So accordingly, you have that flexibility in this basic if function. So the syntax of if function can be presented like this. So you can write this formula in Excel to incorporate basic if function to your formula. You can see there are three main parts of this basic if function. First part, there's a logical test. If the logical test satisfied, then it will give you the result if the condition is satisfied as true by default, or if the condition is not satisfied, you will receive false as a result. But here, for example, let's say for the logical test, we can say if let's say A is greater than or equal to B, let's say B, if this condition is satisfied, you can simply put say true. Otherwise, you can simply say false. If you run this cell, if you run this formula, if the referred value A is greater than or equal to B, you will receive the answer as true. Otherwise, your answer will be, you will get the result as false. Or else, instead of putting true, you can have, let's say 100. Otherwise, you can have, let's say 0. Right? So, if you modify your formula like this, if the condition is satisfied, if the condition is true, you will get the result 100, otherwise 0. Or you can put if the condition is satisfied, result is 1, otherwise 0. Or else it can be any word or any label. Let's say if the condition is satisfied, you can have the result like yes. You must put yes within inverted commas because it's a label. Otherwise, you can have the result as no. So you have this flexibility. Unlike Boolean operations, right? There you always get the result as true or false. Here you have the flexibility to have this true or false result in different ways. Similarly, you can incorporate, you can substitute another formula for the result. For example, if the condition is satisfied, if the referred A value is greater than or equal to value B, you can have the result, let's say answer should be x plus y. You have x values and y values in a particular referred area in your Excel sheet or your input area. Then you will have the result. If the condition is satisfied, Excel will give you the sum of x and y as the result. If not, you can give another formula. Let's say p plus 1, p plus q, let's say, right? So you can have the flexibility. You can modify your if function flexibly to get your intended result, but always there are three components in a basic if function: logical test, value if true, value if false. Right, we will now see how to apply this if function in Excel. So this will use this simple model. There are some data in the input area. Here you have information about employees basic wage rate and bonus, subject to if they have achieved certain performance level. Let's say if the employees output level equal or exceeds 50 units, then they are entitled to receive a bonus. And you are given the names of the employees and their performance in the form of number of units produced per a particular working day. Okay, we will now see how we can develop if function or basic if functions to have different results. So let's start writing the function. We usually start writing function with equal sign, equal. Say if, we'll say if employees performance, let's say, is equal to 50. If this condition satisfied, you will say best, right? Let's say best is a label, best. Otherwise, let's say you can type whatever you want. Let's say better, right? You close the formula, enter. So you can see our formula says if output level exactly equal 50, you want to say best, otherwise better. So you can see this particular worker's output level 65, it is not equal to 50, so he got the label better. Then you can copy it. So you can see there's only one employee who exactly meet the ideal standard of 50, so he got his let's say he was labeled as best. For other people got better, right? We'll modify this. Instead of saying best or better, we'll say we can incorporate true or false. We can say true, merely true. Otherwise, we can just say false. For true and false, you don't need to incorporate this. You don't need to put inverted commas, because true and false considered as numerical values. You can see this time for all those whose result is not equal to 50, you get the answer false. For others, there's only one employee who satisfies the condition, you got the result true. So here you can apply accordingly labels or true or false. In addition, we will modify. Instead of putting true or false, we can assign a number. Let's say if this condition satisfied, you can give them 100, result should be 100. Otherwise, let's say result is 50. So accordingly, for all those who satisfy the condition, you get the answer 100. For all others, you get 100. Right? Satisfied, if the condition is satisfied, you get 100. If the condition is not satisfied or false, you get 50. So you can incorporate any value you wish. Okay, we will now incorporate a formula for the result. Let's say if employees performance is greater than or equal to the target level, threshold target level is given, we'll make it fixed. If this condition is satisfied, we can say his gross salary, let's say his bonus is this much, otherwise bonus is 0. Close the bracket and enter. So accordingly, this is an example for incorporating a value for your formula. Instead of receiving your result as true or false, you receive your result as a numerical value, right? So accordingly, with this you can measure their bonus. And if you want to compute, let's say gross salary, there are alternate ways of getting gross salary. You can say gross salary is equal bonus plus basic. Yes, you can get the gross salary. Or else you can have another alternate way using if function, right? Gross salary with if function, write the function starting with equal sign if logical test output level greater than or equal to threshold level, that is 50 units, make it fixed. If this condition is satisfied, we say then your gross salary should be basic salary plus bonus, otherwise your salary just equal to your basic salary. Make it fixed, close the bracket and enter. So you can see you got the same result. To ensure whether your result is correct or wrong, you can test this. Gross salary minus this approach gross salary, and see there's no difference between the two methods, right? All got 0, it means there's no difference, you got the same result, right? So this is how we can incorporate basic if function. So you can now see outcome of the basic if function is not just limited to true or false. It can be another labels, or it can be a value, or it can be a result of another formula. Here you got the result of a formula, right? So we will now try another example, another activity to ensure your understanding about the basic if function. Okay, this is the activity. We'll have a look at the activity. Activity number 1, following information is provided relating to tax calculation of cars. Tax threshold levels 10 million, luxury tax rate is applicable 80%, a tax rate of 80%, non-luxury tax rate is 20%. So company imports a range of vehicles under the Toyota brand. So according to given information, tax threshold level is 10 million. If your vehicle value exceeds threshold level of 10 million, then you are liable to pay a luxury tax at a rate of 80%. Otherwise, your tax rate will be 20%. Right. Required. Develop a simple model to calculate after tax cost for a given value of a car. So accordingly, you can see here the tax rate, different tax rate is applicable if different conditions satisfied. Right. So according to this given information, if the imported vehicle value exceed the threshold level of 10 million, you have to pay a tax at a rate of 80%. If not, you have to pay a tax at a rate of 20%. So we will now see how to develop a model to compute tax on imported vehicle. So we can take this information to our Excel model. So what are the inputs available? Text, there's a threshold level of 10 million and luxury tax rate applicable is 80%, non-luxury tax rate applicable is 20%, and you can input your imported vehicle value. And here is the output. So we can take the output as, again, you can show in your output area the cost of the vehicle. So cost of the vehicle is directly can be taken from this value. Then tax rate. So tax rate computation is the most important part. So we will now see how to compute tax by using the basic if function. So what is the basic if function applicable here? So right, tax is computed based on one particular condition, based on the CIF value or based on the cost of the vehicle. If the cost of the vehicle exceeds threshold level of 10 million, tax is equal cost times 80%. Otherwise, tax is equal cost times non-luxury tax rate 20%. We can write the formula using basic if function. Equal if, open bracket, the cost is greater than, if you want you can say greater than or equal, we'll say greater than this particular value, make it fixed. So we will make this also fixed. If this condition satisfied, your tax should be cost times this tax rate. Otherwise, if the condition is not satisfied, that means your imported vehicle value is not greater than the threshold level, then your tax should be cost times 20%. Then you can close the bracket and enter. Right. Then total value, total with tax cost, we can find using internal formula like this. Okay, we will now test. We'll put, let's say, 15 million vehicle. You can see cost is 15 million, tax is 12 million, and with tax cost is 27 million. We'll try another value, let's say just 5 million. If it's 5 million, cost is 5 million, tax is just 20% on 5 million, yes, it's 1 million, and with tax cost is 6 million. So like this you can apply your the concept of basic if function to develop decision logics and to achieve your intended objectives that you will come across in model development. So thank you very much. In my next video, I'm going to discuss the concept of compounded conditions in if functions.